In this movie, the plot revolves around Dan, played by one of my favorite actors, Mark Wahlberg, and his family who know nothing about his former life. Dan hates taking photos and social media as he has significant reasons for it. For the past 18 years, he has been living in Buffalo with his wife and 3 children under a fake name, hiding from his past as a hired killer. The story is very familiar and predictable, with its own unique nuances, of course. The cast does an impressive job of creating something beyond stereotypical characters. Wahlberg effortlessly transforms between a stern and typical family man and a skilled former assassin. He has great chemistry with the charismatic Michelle Monaghan. Zoe Colletti and Van Crosby also deserve recognition for their reliable supporting roles as the daughter and son.
Woo!
Oh,
Yes!
so fun.
The movie has both good and bad moments. Perhaps the best scene was the supermarket brawl, where he had to fend off an attacker while simultaneously not harming a child. It's a fun and intriguing concept. You don't often see deadly killers performing parental duties. However, in the remaining action scenes, the choreography falls short of expectations. For example, during a chase, Dan dropped a gun from his hands which fell into the car's back seat, but none of the passengers noticed. It's also unclear how a highly skilled assassin fails to realize that his son is secretly a well-known streamer and both of his children don't attend extracurricular activities. The movie explores general life lessons about the generation gap between parents and teenage children. When reasons were found in this story to pit father against son in a game of laser tag, contrasting real combat experience against the strategic skills the son gained through years of digital warfare, their showdown looks somewhat lackluster. The scene feels like a hastily shot frame that doesn't leverage the advantages of who these characters are. There was still hope that once the family learned the truth, something exciting could emerge, but from this point on, the film just falls into more cliches and is very disappointing. Although such a development was predictable, something more original was expected, or at least not such a stereotypical drama like the hostage-taking of his family. It's also interesting that every assassin pursuing Dan had orders to kill him, but in the end the main villain of the film voiced a condition for Dan to return to killing in order to free his family. The change of plans is rather abrupt and illogical. In the end, after all the action, when the Morgan family exits the abandoned casino, they come across a large number of police officers waiting at the entrance. What were they expecting? That everyone inside would engage in a shootout, making their job easier? The director of this film heavily relies on the charm of the ensemble cast playing the Morgans to keep the audience engaged, overlooking the holes in the plot. But the best thing about Family Plan is that it's not a miniseries and lasts only 2 hours instead of the 8 they tend to make these days. Overall, it's a pretty good movie despite its flaws, one you can unwind with for an evening family watch without getting too invested in the characters or events.